Hello.
And welcome to Film
Bastards. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to episode 586 of Film Bastards. I am one of your co-hosts, Matt Foster, and as ever, I am joined by
Becky Foster. Hello, everybody.
and
Nintendo, if you don't want people contacting you about when their Switch 2 order is going to be dispatched, literally putting a holding message on the store saying it will be dispatched for delivery if you ordered it before the 2nd of June. I don't know, maybe actually dispatch it before 4 minutes past 6, the day before it's due to come out.
oh, that feels tight that it's going to get here for
They've had my money for over a week. They've had a tracking ID with Royal Mail for over a week, and no Switch 2 or the controllers I bought for it. So that's fun.
Yeah. So have you got like a? Is it arriving tomorrow, or is it a little bit of a? It hopefully will.
If Nintendo themselves cannot fucking send it out, I don't know what to say. The thing is, though, these days, like, shit can get dispatched at like 10 o'clock in the evening and it's with you the next day. So
yeah.
You know, but I am edgy, guys. I am edgy. Ian Lauren, hi.
Yes, it's Switch. I think there is a Switch launch day or Switch 2 launch day tomorrow.
Yes.
Have they got plenty of titles launching with it, or are they doing that thing that Nintendo do, releasing like a Mario game and something else?
No, so literally the only proper first-party Nintendo title coming out for it is Mario Kart World. But considering that so the Mario Kart 8 on the Switch was just a deluxe version of the one on the Wii U. So there hasn't been a mainline Mario Kart for well over a decade. So that is exciting.
So Mario Kart is just arriving, just going, I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah, pretty much. Which it is, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna sell an absolute shitload. They are also like releasing upgraded versions of quite a lot of Switch titles so that they don't run like shit. And you know, they're Breath of the Wild, which literally I bought that launch weekend of the Switch along with the Switch. That's getting an upgrade with like 60 FPS and whatnot, which it's going to play like a completely different game. The latest Pokemon game's getting an upgrade, which is historic. Like, people are like, I literally cannot play that game, it runs so poorly. Even though it's Pokemon. For fuck's sake. And my Switch, I was playing it the other day, and like I say, it was a launch weekend Switch, and I'd be surprised if that thing made it through the rest of the year. It's struggling to load shit so hard now.
Oh, it's just maybe had its time.
I mean, it's 8 years old, you know, and it's a fucking mobile device. It's fair enough. But anyway, I'm sure I'll talk about Switch 2 later. I'm going to talk about a video game later on this show, but I'll talk about Switch 2 a bit more next week.
Nice. As long as it arrives.
Don't.
Why would you say that?
I don't know.
Why would you send him into a spiral?
It'll arrive, it's fine. If it's been dispatched, it'll arrive. Unless it's with every and then you're fucked.
Oh, yeah.
It's
It'll
Royal
arrive.
Mail, so.
It'll arrive, but it'll be on your roof.
I got something delivered to work yesterday from Royal Mail, and like I got a notification saying it had been delivered, and I'm like, well, it fucking hasn't. And then I logged on, like on my phone onto the tracking thing, and it was like, oh, enter the postcode for proof of delivery, and then it just did like the whirly thing, and it wouldn't load.
God.
So then I had to go onto like my actual like computer, and it was just a close up picture of the actual packet, and it's like, well, there's no fucking identifiable features there. So I just went on a bit of a tour, and they delivered it to the mailbox for the flats upstairs above my work. But
you see, but then I got that book for you. Ordered it on Sunday night. Got a dispatch note yesterday, and it arrived today. And literally, as it landed in our landing, in our hall there, I got an email saying your package has been delivered.
Yeah. Well, that's it. They had delivered it, they're just to the wrong address.
Yeah. Right.
What I did have delivered this morning, though, a day earlier than I was expecting, was a bunch of scaffolding being put up on my house at 7:30 in the morning.
Love that for you.
So did you not know they were coming today?
No, they were supposed to be coming tomorrow.
Oh.
And then, because we're having the solar and the battery put in next week, and as well as that, I had a call off the installers yesterday saying, yeah, there's been a bit of an issue with the kit. The installer can't bring it. Can it just be delivered the day beforehand? So for a night, I've got to find somewhere to store 12 solar panels and a battery.
So it's not like a little bit.
No, I mean, I was just like, look, can I put it in the garden? And the guy was like, is it covered? I was like, no.
There's solar panels, so surely they don't need to be covered.
But no, I mean, he was just like, well, it will be well packaged. And I'm just a bit like, what am I supposed to do with, like, yeah. What?
Do you have a tarp?
I genuinely, I've got no, I'm praying it doesn't rain. But it's going to be well packaged. I'm assuming it's not just going to be like an Amazon box.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
So yeah, which
the worst
actually
case scenario is if it does rain, there might be a little bit of wet cardboard.
Yeah, no, exactly. But assuming we record next Wednesday, by then, hopefully my power will be on. Let's see how it goes.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So this week we're covering two VOD because there wasn't a lot out in cinemas this week, was there? Let's be honest. So we have Guy Ritchie's film of the week, Fountain of Youth. It was actually come out last week, so I assume he's released at least another 3 films since then. So we've also got the Fear Street Prom Queen, the 4th Fear Street movie. I know, yeah, nearly lost it. It's the 4th Fear Street movie, but it's not connected to the other ones, but it is still a Fear Street movie. Yeah. We've also got some what we've been watching. I don't check to see if we have any questions, but let's fucking say we have, and if not, I'll just make some up. Yeah. We're also a podcast. Go listen to our friend shows, Chin Truck versus Bunter, Entertainment Landfill, and there's other ones, Rewatch Projects and other ones like that. But as we always say, first just finish listening to this one because it's great. Yeah.
That's weird.
What's weird?
On
what?
Guy Ritchie's filmography.
Yeah. What?
Oh no, Fountain of Youth is there.
Yeah, cool. Threw me off a little bit there.
Sorry, it wasn't there a second ago.
I mean, he might try, but it ain't happening.
Yeah. I'd distance myself as well.
So we'll see. What trailers have we been watching, guys? What trailers have we been watching? Because there's been some, actually.
Yeah, there have been some. I couldn't tell you what they were, though, because I research well.
A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey.
Right, so I really, really like the look of this.
Yeah.
And I think that people are just going to be like, they don't have any chemistry, or Margot Robbie was really queer-coded, and then it will do fuck all. I'm going to be quite cynical on the show throughout the whole thing tonight, so apologies, but I really like the look of this. I would be stunned if it actually connects. There's something about it that kind of feels like it's going to be fantastical, but it's going to be too straight.
Yeah, I think this looks good. It looks fun. It looks silly, but it also looks like it's got a bit of heart towards it. I think, from what you're saying, Dane, I think it's that thing of, I think that weirdly this is aimed more at people a little bit older than the people who are going to think that it's aimed at.
Yeah.
I think it's aimed more at people around about Colin Farrell's age than it is aimed at people Margot Robbie's age.
How old's Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell must be late 40s now.
1976, yeah.
Yeah, so he'll be 49 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Margot Robbie's what, 33, 34?
Oh, are we allowed to watch it then?
What?
We're neither. We're closer to Colin Farrell.
Close to Colin Farrell, yeah. It would be funny that nobody will have a problem with the age gap though, because Colin Farrell is hot.
Yeah, because he physically looks like he's a match for Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
I really, really hope Coco Nada has a hit. Have you guys seen Columbus or After Yang?
I've seen Columbus and I really liked it.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen After Yang.
Yes, you have. You have. You talked about it on the show, didn't you?
You were mixed on
Yeah.
it, weren't you?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, Columbus is really good. Columbus is really good.
Yeah, no, Columbus is a lovely, lovely little film. So yeah, I'm hopeful for this. And yeah, we'll see.
What else we got? Happy Gilmore 2.
I'm really, really up for Happy Gilmore 2. This looks like, what's the minimum bar I've got to jump over? Okay, I'll do that. It looks like it's going to be powered by goodwill for Happy Gilmore. And I'm worried it's going to be that grown-ups mix of low effort and self-indulgent.
It does. It looks a lot like it's going to go, look at my dysfunctional family of idiots, apart from this one who happens to not be an idiot. And at one point it's going to go, I don't know how you came out of me.
I want to make a bet right now as well. So one of the golfers in it, Scotty Scheffler, is like the best golfer in the world right now, and is a good God-fearing Christian. And I bet there's going to be some moment where they talk about how he doesn't swear or something like that, or he doesn't overreact, and then he's going to go on some sort of tirade where he's going to curse. Yeah. And it's going to be positioned as the funniest shit anyone's ever seen.
But in reality, a lot of the audience will be there going, who's that?
Who are you?
Yeah. But they will make sure it's known by Happy literally running into them and saying, like, either someone having to point out, this is blah, he's the number one golfer in the world.
Yeah. And I'm also worried that Shooter McGowan's only going to be in it for that one scene.
Yeah, I'm a little bit. But I don't know. I really want it to just be fun, and the trailer doesn't make it look fun. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Black Phone 2.
Bex.
Yes, please. Very exciting.
Fucking hell. It's a darker tone, isn't it? Despite the fact that Black Phone was already dark, this feels like there's like some evil shit in it.
Yeah.
Can't even escape him by fucking killing him.
It feels malevolent. It feels very much like
yes.
they've gone, I want to do a sequel. Alright, so it's going to be like another Black Phone. No. We made a lot of money in the last one, didn't we? Yeah. We're going to go batshit.
Yeah.
It's a bit Scott Derrickson's got a blank check here.
Yeah. and he's gone, do you know what? The fun thing is, my movies cost like $8 million. So even if this completely fucks up, I'll still get another movie.
Well, I do wonder why, because obviously a lot of the discourse prior to was, well, how is he going to be in it when he was killed at the end of the first one? And how did we not go? Yeah, but all the kids were dead in the first one.
Yeah.
I don't know how we didn't twig that. Because we're all fucking dumb, evidently.
Somebody asked Ethan Hawke about that. Like, in the build-up to him doing it, and said, you're in it, but are you just in flashbacks? He's like, no, I'm in it. I'm in it. And they're like, how's it explained? We'll have to wait for the film, but it's really quite simple.
Yeah. I'm fucking hyped.
But I mean, it kind of just feels like he's come from hell.
Yeah.
And like it's a very, very atmospheric trailer.
Yeah.
Like, really impressive.
Yeah, I'm well up for it. I'm liking the fact that because like horror doesn't cost that much, they're allowing like filmmakers to be a little bit kind of like to try shit because they know that, like, for fuck's sake, the new Final Destination it's cost $200 million
Nice.
worldwide. You know, horror's making money.
People love a scare. But yeah, I every time I rewatch Black Phone, and it is, I mean, it's a semi-regular occurrence because I fucking love it. I worry a little bit, just a little bit, that the shine's gonna have tarnished. Like, I've watched it too much, or it's just like, it's not quite as good as I remember it being, or whatever. And every time it is, and it's like, it just, it allows it to be in my regular rotation, and I love that.
I love the fact that they're going different, and as you were saying, Mark, it's the whole, like, you know, they don't cost an awful lot. They tend to make quite a lot, and especially over the last couple of years, like post the cinemas back, horror has been on a really, really strong kick, and it kind of feels like now Blum's just gone, yeah, here's $20 million, do whatever the fuck you want, and they've gone, yep, thank you very much. Here's some really dark shit. Whereas like Megan 2.0, they've gone, do you know what, let's lean into the fun of it, and Megan 2.0 doesn't look like it's going to be horror-y in the fucking slightest.
No, it looks like it's been quite sci-fi.
I'm very worried about that movie.
I'm worried that they're going to lean into all of the things that they think people enjoyed about it.
And that's what worries me.
Hold on to your vaginas is a very worrying line in that trailer.
Yeah.
But
everyone loves that she
they've gone
dances,
T2 with it.
and everyone loves that she's really sassy, and then we're gonna put more of that in. It's like,
I feel like she's just quite sassy. What else have we got going on? We almost had a trailer for Wake Up Dead Man.
Yeah.
Not a lot there, is there yet? I think we get a full trailer next week, I think, isn't it?
Sure, I do. I really, really like Knives Out. I really, really like Glass Onion. I've got a feeling the bloom was coming off the rose with Glass Onion a little bit, and people are really going to lay into this. But
I think
we'll see.
I think it's got to be better than Glass Onion, but doesn't have to be as good as Knives Out for people to like it.
needs to be better than Glass Onion, though. Glass Onion's shit.
Oh, I don't know Glass Onion, so...
The thing is, you know, Knives Out got that Oscar nomination for Best Original, Screenplay, and then like everybody was like Glass Onion, Glass Onion, Glass Onion, and I saw it at a press screening at LFF, and people were having a fucking great time, and I had a great time, and then the reaction to it has curdled somewhat, and I hope that this doesn't have the weight of people going, oh, it's going to be an Oscar botherer, it's going to be an Oscar botherer.
Yeah.
No, they are actually supposed to be just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Like Glass Onion is just a bit of fun.
Yeah, they're not... Yeah, that's it. It's a weird thing that they've been elevated by the first one getting that Oscar nom.
Yeah.
What I think will get an Oscar nom, though, Frankenstein.
Cinematography all locked up, baby. This is one good looking trailer.
Yeah. And the creature reveal at the end that isn't like a full reveal.
No, I like that it's not a full reveal.
But it's a reveal enough that you go, oh, go on then.
I like that you've got young actors like Jacob Elordi and Austin Butler who are like, yeah, I'll dress up and be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. You know, it's like it's because Jacob Elordi in that is the monster, isn't he? It's not like there's a big look, it's that guy. It's just the monster. And like you say, I like the fact that they don't give a shit about the fact that they're going to be in mistakes and you're not going to recognise that it's them. It's the fun thing. It's the whole John Hurt's fucking agent telling him to not be Elephant Man because nobody will know it's you, and he's like, surely that's the fucking point.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you've got a bit of that with What's It as well, haven't you? Nosferatu. With...
Yeah.
What's his face?
Well, I didn't fucking notice him till afterwards.
Yeah, no, but this is a good-looking trailer.
It is, yeah. It's a good cast.
I need Del Toro to get back on his game a bit as well. Because, what's it? Crimson Peak?
Well, that was like a decade ago.
Oh, that was crap.
Nightmare Alley?
I like Nightmare Alley. I think I need
I
to
like Nightmare
I think
Alley
I need to
too.
go back and rewatch Nightmare Alley. I liked it, but I thought that it had problems. But then when I'm thinking back to it, I can't think of the problems. I can only think of the bits that I liked.
I feel like
For some reason, I
aesthetically-
thought you were going to say I could only think of the solutions. I'm so sorry. Bex. Sorry, Bex.
And I feel like the aesthetic of it was very Del Toro-y, but I feel like the story was just really weak from what I remember.
I liked the story. I thought it was quite simple, but it was quite good and quite nasty. The fact that it's very pointed at the end, where it's going to end, about halfway through. But I think more for me, it was just I didn't need another Pinocchio.
Yeah, Shape of Water I didn't get on with either.
I really like Shape of Water. I'm surprised you didn't go with Shape of Water. Is it because she fucks the fish man?
I mean, possibly.
It's a good looking movie. Me makes good looking movies, doesn't it? Let's be honest. You know, Crimson Peak I don't think was fantastic. I kind of enjoyed it, but it's a fucking good looking movie. Yeah, I'm very up for this. I mean, Oscar Isaac coming out and going, it's not a horror movie. It's quite fun.
Yeah.
Excuse me. All right, any others? Because I think I've run out of them.
Home.
I didn't
The-
catch this.
Yeah, so this is I don't know, Pete Davidson like starts working in an old people's home and some horror shit goes down. Directed by the guy who directed The Purge. Yeah, I don't know, man. It looks pretty generic, to be honest. Good Fortune.
Yeah, I only just saw the trailer come out for this just a minute ago.
Yeah, this looks all right. I think it is basically Keanu Reeves is an angel, and he's trying to help Aziz Ansari like live a good life, and he body swaps with Seth Rogen, I believe. Which is sure, that's fine.
And this is Aziz Ansari's kind of return, isn't it?
Yeah, and he wrote and directed this.
Yeah.
I can't remember the degree to which he was cancelled.
I think it was a very low level cancelling, wasn't it? I think it was
more skeezy than straight up sexual predator.
I think it was that he overly pursued somebody, but not as much. From what I remember, and I might be well off that. He overly pursued somebody and didn't kind of take the first no, and has kind of gone. Well, his hand up and gone, I wasn't proper and I should kind of learn from this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Hollywood's a fucking cesspit. Kevin Spacey had a gala at Cannes. You know, like,
Yeah.
fucking whatever. Not whatever. It just like don't care about. You shouldn't care about people in Hollywood. It will only break your heart.
There's an element of that is, and also as well, there's an element of, think of them like most people have probably done something that they kind of go, I was a bit shitty there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, quite. But no, this looks all right. But yeah, that I believe that's it for me. Yes.
Right, fuck it. Let's break open the IMDb so it can tell me what the movies I'm about to talk about and not about in any way. Fountain of Youth. What's it going to say about Fountain of Youth that is written by James Vanderbilt and directed by Guy Ritchie, stars John Krasinski, Natalie Portman, Isaac Gonzalez, Don Gleeson, Stanley Tucci crops up as well, doesn't he? He crops up there in the Vatican for no reason. Two estranged siblings join forces to seek the legendary Fountain of Youth. Using historical clues, they embark on an epic quest filled with adventure. If successfully, the mythical fountain could grant them immortality. Yep, there we fucking go. IMDb, that's kind of what it's about, I suppose. Don Gleeson is a billionaire that is bankrolling John Krasinski, who is doing a Ryan Reynolds impression. Natalie Portman's his sister, and they go off trying to find the Fountain of Youth.
She's doing an impression as well. She's trying to do an impression of a human being.
Yes, she is.
Unconvincingly, though.
Ian, what did you think of Guy Ritchie's Fountain of Youth?
I can't remember.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. And do you know what? I don't blame you.
What did I fucking say? Sorry, Bex.
We watched it in two bits, and genuinely, when we started rewatching it, I was like, I cannot remember anything that's happened. I've either intentionally scrubbed this from my mind, or it's just so fucking inconsequential that it's not stuck. Could be either. 3 out of 5. Looks good, and the brother-sister dynamic's interesting, but it all feels painfully low effort from everyone.
Tucci must have done 2 hours, maybe.
I'd say 2 hours might be generous.
Yeah. No, I mean, in all seriousness, it feels like streaming fodder, but it's Apple, so at least they hired a proper cinematographer. Guy Ritchie needs to slow down.
Yeah.
I like, he's now made so many films in so little time that he hasn't actually made a banger for like 6 or 7 films.
Yeah, which is about 6 months.
Yeah, no, exactly that. I mean, like, he's got a fucking Paramount Plus show on at the moment as well, Mobland, and they're filming season 2 of the Netflix Gentleman Show. Like, the guy is a fucking empire, and fair play, because he's making the films. It's not like he's just sticking his name on them. Like, he's directing them. But this is, like, really, like, sub-national treasure, entertaining in the most basic ways while it's on, but it just farts out of existence by the end. Stuff, and John Krasinski and fucking Ida Rodriguez. What?
I mean, Bex literally at one point turned around to me and said, "Sorry, it was the bit in the library."
Gonzalez, sorry, Ida Gonzalez, not Rodriguez. Apologies.
And Bex said, "I'm sorry. Are they supposed to have chemistry?"
He's literally trying to force it to happen by every single line he's saying to her being a come on or a quip to the rejection to the come on.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's not helped by the fact that I think she's a bit shit. I mean, I think actually the only truly decent performance in it is Donald Gleeson.
Up to a point. He really goes off a cliff.
The thing is, it feels like James Vanderbilt went, got this idea for film guy. It's a Fountain of Youth film. It's like an adventure film, and he's gone, brilliant. Let's make it. He's gone, yeah, I've only written like a first draft. It don't matter. We'll sort it out. And he's gone, all right, then cool. Because it's incredibly undercooked. Everything that they do is really easy. Like, it's really easy.
Yeah, yeah.
And Ritchie is the filmmaker's excuse for why it's so easy is, well, he's a billionaire. Of course it's easy.
Yeah.
It's like, mate, I know you grew up in wealth, but you need to stop thinking that is all there is in existence. It's a bit weird now.
I'm genuinely fucking sick of it, to be perfectly honest. I said to you while we were watching it, didn't I? Do you remember when Guy Ritchie used to actually be good? And now he just does upper class porn. And everyone's in tweed or cord. and it's fucking painful to watch.
It's just a bit odd. I think Ian, you're right. It just kind of it floats by, and then not a lot really seems to happen, and then they get to the Fountain of Youth, and then not a lot happens there.
Yeah.
No, because I mean, like, what's the ending? They get there, bad guy, like, tries to fuck him over, and then drinks it himself, and they basically do sub Raiders of the Lost Ark or fucking Last Crusade.
But it's just like even getting there was well easy. It's like they get there and they go, "Oh, that's really far down," and fucking Krasinski just goes, "Well, let's turn that. Oh, there it is. It's some steps." And it's like, it's like, because I think let's face it, if you're going to compare this to something, it's the National Treasure movies.
It really wants to be The Mummy, but yeah, you're right.
I think there's a mummy element, there's a National Treasure. I'm just saying because it's more recent in terms of that. But, like, you'd have there Nick Cage kind of talking to what's it going, trying to figure out, well, how did this, and what was this, and what was this, and what was this. Literally, he just walks in and goes, "Oh, fucking turn that." Oh, there we go, fucking stairs, mate.
In the National Treasure movies, he'd be talking to... Who plays the sidekick in those?
The guy...
Justin Bartha.
Yeah.
So he'd be talking...
Hangover movies that's never actually in them.
Yeah, fairs. Yeah, they'd be talking and they'd be getting real animated about how they could get down and how they could rappel, and then, like, one of them would step backwards and step on the stone and all the steps would come out, and then Nick Cage would just go, "Oh, we could use those." And it would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
But in this, it's just like, "Oh, well, just turn that."
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, look, it worked."
Yeah.
"Okay, let's walk down then." It's just... It just goes so easily for them.
It does. Everything goes really easy. Like, they get to, like, the library in Austria, and the librarian comes out and goes, "Oh, welcome." And they give their real names. It's like, hang on a minute, Interpol's looking for him. And he's in front of you.
Oh, but you forget though, Mark. They had a big donation from Donald Gleeson.
And that's kind of it.
It's just an absolute load of twatty bollocks.
It's the thing is, I enjoyed bits of it while I was watching it. I didn't not like it, but I was also watching it going, this is just incredibly low effort.
Can I also just say, like, in the same vein as, do you remember when Guy Ritchie used to be good?
Yeah, I really like Covenant, and that was only like last year, so...
Oh, that's the one with
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah, I've not seen that one.
It's really good.
Genuinely
really good.
Do you remember when Natalie Portman used to be good?
I remember Heat and Leon, the not directed cut, yeah.
But yeah, but
I mean, she won the
she's
Oscar
good in-
and was like, I don't have to try now.
She's decent in Black Swan, but now she's just
she is great.
genuinely. And I know I've said this already, and I've said it to you a couple of times. She is unconvincing as a human being. The way her face moves,
Do you know why?
the way she tries to emote, the way that her mouth moves when she speaks, it's like she's a badly made cyborg.
It's because what she's doing is she's not acting, she's trying really hard to act. And it's just, it comes across all as a bit...
Unnatural.
This is a bit weird. Like, it's a bit weird. It's like you've just learned that you can talk like 10 minutes ago. And you're there going, so this is how I do it. This is how I talk. Yeah, just say these, okay. Was that okay? Was that talking? It's odd. It's a real odd duck of a movie.
And the kid's really annoying.
But they always make the mistake of putting a kid in these kind of films. The kid was really annoying in the second Mummy movie.
No kid in the National Treasure movies.
No, because it'd be really annoying.
Yeah, but they don't have to have a kid.
No, they don't.
Yeah, the son in the second Mummy movie is annoying.
Because people...
They're always very precocious, aren't they? And it's like, just fuck off.
Yeah, it's like, fuck off.
Just because it's a family film, not everyone likes children. Fuck off.
I mean, I am going to say I think it's shit.
Yeah, it's shit.
I gave it a 3 out of 5 because it looked good, but I think the thing is, I was fine with it. And considering Krasinski was in it, I'm almost like it's fucking handicapped anyway. So the fact that I thought it was all right is maybe the thing that, despite Krasinski, is the thing that makes me think maybe it's not shit. I'll go touching cloth because I certainly don't think it's good. And Ritchie, like, just the point you were making, Bex, about like how all of his stuff is just like full of rich people doing rich things. That seems to be a trend at the moment because you look at TV as well, and that's all TV is. It feels like everything is being inspired by, well, this is what's popular on Instagram. It's
a bit
well-to-do living their lives.
It's a bit munch this shit, you fucking proletariat. This is what you want to be. And it's like, actually, no, I don't like tweed.
Do you know what it actually is?
It's posh people are the writers because they're the only people that can afford to dedicate their lives to making entertainment.
Yeah, it's that thing. If you look at, not saying that they're not good actors or anything like that, but even if you take people like Tom Hiddleston from a wealthy background, Benedict Cumberbatch from a wealthy background, Tom Hardy, wealthy background. The whole crop of them are all from quite wealthy backgrounds. Even the new ones coming through. A lot of these guys, they come from private schools.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that's happening in music at the moment. And the problem is I'm not saying that they're not talented, but they've had the ability to do the grind bits, and they have some doors have been opened for them and bits like that kids from less fortunate backgrounds just don't have because they've got to work. And then the thing is, there's the idea of, well, if they're good enough, they'll break through. But the problem is, there's only so much. There's only so many roles out there.
Yeah.
And that's the issue.
You missed the one shift that the one audition that could have changed your life because you're having to fucking work a shift and you can't get out of it.
Yeah.
The rich guy didn't.
Yeah. There's these elements to it.
And then you end up with this flat, fucking one-dimensional, soulless art in bunny ears coming out, and it's like, and the majority of the population can't relate to it.
All those people I mentioned are good actors. They're good actors.
They are, but they're not. It's not so much the actors for me; it's the writers that are causing the damage because they're not writing about things. They're not writing about normal people and real people. They're writing about some fucking rich brother and sister that are going around travelling to look for the Fountain of Youth.
I think there's always been a little bit of that within it. But I just think that he's right. If a film gets made about anything below the upper class, it's about their struggles and it's about drama. It's not about, and if it's not, then it's a pure comedy of look at the poor people. There's no just normal stories out there. And it does seem to be, it is filtered through TV and bits like that as well. It's a weird creative trend that hopefully is starting to go the other way.
Is it? Is there any evidence of that?
People just get bored.
I apologise to the world for using my Suspiria on G20 because it has made just far too many movies since.
It's your fault.
It's my fault, yeah. Because the universe is mocking me and going, well, you think that was the worst of the year, dear? Have this. Have fucking, what was it? The one after that. Have Another Simple Favour. That's fucking shite. And then it's gone, I want to make you watch Fountain of Youth, you fucking idiot. You shouldn't have used your Suspiria.
Well,
it's my fault. I apologise. For all of the shit movies that are going to come out for the rest of the year, I take full responsibility.
It's your fault.
Yeah.
So every time we go to the cinema and walk out going, that was a bit shit when I had fucking cheers backs.
Yeah. It's fair.
Ian, what are you watching?
Hi.
Oh, what are you up to?
Shit. All right. Yeah, no, okay, I'll lead off with that. I've got a few things to talk about. But, a fair bit of my time's been spent on a game on PlayStation 5, Claire Obscure Expedition 33. So, this is a game developed by an independent French studio, where the head of the studio used to work for Ubisoft, who made the like Assassin's Creed games and whatnot, and he was just like, "This is bland shit. I can do better." So he went off and made this game with, you know, hired other people and whatnot, obviously. And so this is about, and I believe this might, I think this has just been picked up by some studio for a potential film adaptation as well. So this is set in a kind of like an alternate reality France, where like years ago, this kind of being called the Paintress appeared and basically started wrote in the sky a number, and basically any one of that age just fucking Thanos'd.
Fucking hell.
And I believe it kind of started from 100 and kind of ticked down, and so now they're at people at 33 years old. Now, every year, they set, basically an expedition is sent out to basically go out to the Paintress and find out what the fuck's going on. And so you start off playing this guy called Gustav, who's voiced by Charlie Cox. And he is like in love with this woman Sophie. And they split up because he wanted kids and she didn't, because she was like, it's just gonna be bringing life into this world that is potentially fucked, because, you know, like it essentially the world's gonna end because it's just kind of like counting down year after year. And by the way, as well, in a very French twist, the yearly people being Thanos is called the Homage. And all I could think of,
game.
Yeah,
It sounds wild.
yeah. So basically, Charlie Cox, Gustav, he spoilers for like the first 45 minutes of this game. So Sophie is 33, and she is fucking straight up like, there's no she's mysteriously like still there or something. Nah, she's fucking Thanos. She's gone. Love of his life gone. And he sets out on this expedition with a bunch of other people. They get to this beach, and they are immediately, like, most of them are killed by this silver-haired guy who I think is voiced by Andy Serkis. And it's like, right, cool. And then it goes on from there.
Do you play any of this, or do you just watch it and occasionally hit the X button?
Oh, mate, no. To be fair, it's not. There are cutscenes, but it's not that much. And you're walking along, and the characters are kind of talking as you're walking. So you're kind of picking up the story while you're doing things. So like the kind of like the reason why they split up is basically done in dialogue while you're playing. So there's not too much of that. I'm maybe like 3-4 hours in, but it's so fucking French. It and the score is insanely good. And sorry about Kiki. And it's just you're like, I haven't felt as in a world playing a game for a good long time. And the battle mechanics are great as well. It's basically like turn-based role-playing game stuff, but there's also like a rhythm game element to it where you take turns like fighting enemies and stuff, but you can dodge or parry the enemies if you like time your button presses right. But it's like it will say blah 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 quickly attacks or blah 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 slowly attacks, and you've got to just try and kind of like figure out the right time to dodge or to parry. And then when you're unleashing your like special attacks, again, it's like a rhythm game thing where you've got to press X in like the right window of time to do the most damage and stuff like that. So it's just really good, compelling mechanics, along with this very compelling, very French world that, honestly, I could see why they've picked, like, why it's potentially been picked up for like a film adaptation. It's a really compelling story, and like what's actually going on in the world is fascinating, and some of the like the creature designs and whatnot are awesome. So very. It's a lot of like gaming websites and podcasts and whatnot are like Game of the Year so far, and I can see why. And the great thing is, it's basically an indie game. Like Microsoft have publicised it quite a lot in their marketing materials to give it a boost, but it's not an Xbox game. It's it's out on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and it's actually also, if anybody's got an Xbox, it's on Game Pass as well. So, you can play the fucker for nothing other than your subscription. I bought it, I don't have an Xbox anymore, so I got it on PlayStation, and it runs great, and it looks awesome. And, Charlie Cox and Andy Serkis, you got some, like, proper, like, talent, like, in there as well, and a lot of video game, like, long-term video game voice actors as well. And like I say, it's this kind of, like, indie studio producing this really interesting thing that didn't cost $200 million. It's already sold millions of copies. Like, I think they're easily in the black. And it's like between stuff like this and what Remedy are doing with like Alan Wake and Control and whatnot, and even Hideo Kojima's doing with Death Stranding. You got Death Stranding 2 coming out this month. There's some really like interesting but also look great, sound great ideas being done in the video game space at the moment, which is quite compelling. And there's film adaptations of games all over the place, and you can kind of see why, because there's a lot of good ideas. I mean, like Split Fiction, I talked about that a few weeks back, the game I was playing with lots. John M. Chu is directing that as his follow-up to the fucking Wicked films.
Fucking hell, so that'll have some dollar behind it.
Sydney Sweeney starring in it. It's written by the guys who wrote the Deadpool films.
She's producing it as well, isn't she? I mean, I've just been looking at this this Claire Obscure thing, and I've just clicked into the Sandfall Interactive, the company that made it. The
developers.
Just got to their website, and it's really nice because it has like a big advert for the Sandfall Interactive, and I'm guessing this is it's that game. And then if you just scroll down a little bit, it's just got like meet the team, and there's just like pictures of the developers, but it lists like their favourite games.
No, I mean they're a small team, and like in all of the material I've seen of them, they seem really personable. And
the next bit down is a big picture of all of them like together, and it does look like someone has literally just taken it on their phone and uploaded it.
That's lovely. I mean, honestly, like, check out a trailer for it. It's fucking fascinating game. So, assuming I don't nuke it from orbit like I usually do, I'll report on it in the weeks ahead. But I'm really
it is 27 and a bit hours to finish.
But you know what?
It's not bad, that.
If it's under 30 hours, I feel like if I'm really, really into it, I could probably stick it out.
Well, Becca's just whipped to the bathroom, but we've started replaying Mad Max.
Mad Max, I saw you on that the other night. Yeah,
because we opened it. Cause I was like, cause I thought, do you know what? Becca said, "I just fancy having like a bit of a try around to see what we've got left to do." And then we haven't platinumed it because it's very laborious to platinum it, but we've 100%ed it. Like, we've done everything. It's just to platinum it, we have to do certain things that we've already done.
Weird random tasks.
In you have to do each of it in like, you have these Archangel cars, so you have to win like these races in all 12 of these. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. So we started replaying it.
Nice.
Just because, why not? It's fun. Enjoy it.
No, totally. I'm kind of building up a bit of here's some stuff that I want to play, and I'm feeling better about that at the moment, because I think I've just got I don't need to watch a film every day. That's fine. I can watch a few a week and still have a perfectly happy existence, and do other things. So
yeah, that's it. When we get later on, we'll get into mine. I've watched quite a lot this week. I've really enjoyed my film watching this week, but it's not because I felt bad, because a couple of weeks ago I didn't watch a lot. I was like, I felt a little bit like, fuck, I haven't watched enough. I thought, well, does it matter? It don't matter that much. Stop setting yourself a target at the start of the year.
Yeah. I honestly, I think that's it. And in line with that, before I talk about movies, Donna and I mainlined, literally watched 7 of the 8 episodes, then the 8th a couple nights later, of the 4 seasons on Netflix. So this is Tina Fey's new project, and it's based on an Alan Alda film from the 80s. Well, it's inspired by, and Alda has one scene in it, but I don't think he's playing the same character. I don't know, he might be. But and basically what this is 2 episodes per season. It's not set in the 4 seasons.
Is this
not
the
like
Steve
White
Carell
Lotus.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard this is really good.
Yeah, so it's Tina Fey, Steve Carell, Common Domingo, and some other folks. And they're basically couples where, one of the couple were friends with, one of the other couple and whatnot. So it's them and their partners getting together. And first episode, mild spoiler for the first one, but it's what kicks things off. Steve Carell basically tells some of the guys, I'm going to leave my wife. I'm not happy. And then it kind of goes from there, where it essentially picks up 2 episodes, then 3 months later, 2 episodes 3 months later, etc., as these things play out. And Tina Fey and Will Forte play a couple who are feel really, really together, and then this whole thing kind of discombobulates them and sets them on a bit of a path. And Common Domingo and his partner have some troubles and whatnot, and yeah, it is good, and they're half-hour episodes, so they're very easily digestible, and it's not silly. It's not like Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt or anything like that. It's Tina Fey doing comedy drama, but you like the characters, and they do feel relatively relatable, and Coleman Domingo fucking smashes the shit out of it, as he does with everything.
Yeah.
Dude rules. And Donna's now in the Coleman Domingo camp as well, which is great. So yeah, I don't want to say too much more about it, actually, because there is some spoilery stuff in there. But I really, really enjoyed the 4 seasons. While I'm talking about Steve Carell into films, Mountainhead. So this is on Sky Atlantic at the moment. So you might think it's a series, but it's not. It played at Sundance. It's an HBO film. So this is written and directed by Jesse Armstrong, creator of Succession, and
that's where I thought this was a series.
No. Hour and 45-minute film, in and out.
Right.
So I watched this last night. So it's about these 4 tech one of them's a millionaire, which is a plot point. The rest of them are billionaires who are kind of old friends, and they're kind of spearheaded by Steve Carell's character, who everybody refers to as Papa Bear. And then you've got Corey Michael Smith, Chevy Chase from Saturday Night. He plays essentially
he's funny in things.
No, he's good. He's basically Elon Musk but younger. Elon Musk sounds right. And then what's his name? Rami Youssef is this guy who. So, let me start again. So basically, they're getting together, and Michael Smith's character has just released a new AI on his social media platform, which is very, very convincing with deep fakes and stuff. And trouble has started brewing around the world where deep fakes are getting out of control. Rami Youssef plays a character who they used to be like best friends, and then Corey Michael Smith's character like criticised him in an interview. He is the head of this company that's like spearheading responsible AI, and his technology can basically say that's fake, that's real, that's fake, that's real. And then you got Jason Schwartzman, who is like the owner of the place they've gone to, Mountain Head, who is this guy who's worth less than $1 billion, and his big idea is a relaxation app. Now they all get together, so and Steve Carell's character has got cancer, and he's basically, he wants technology to advance to the point where you could just become one with the internet, essentially. So they're all getting together. They've all got these different issues, different agendas and whatnot. And for the first 45 minutes, it's basically all just passive-aggressive, them taking the piss out of each other and acting like twats. And it's fucking insufferable. And the point is that the characters are insufferable, but it's insufferable to watch them. And there's a bit of, Jesse Armstrong, what are we doing here? What's the point that you're actually trying to make with this other than, aren't these guys dickheads? Yes, they are. Well done. Have a biscuit.
You could have told me that in the plot.
Yeah. It then, stuff goes down, and then things turn, and lines are drawn, and then it becomes, look at these tech people being fucking stupid, aren't they idiots? And then it ends. And there are very funny lines in it. Throughout the whole thing, there are individual very funny lines. And Steve Carell is great. And actually, to be fair, they're all really good. But by the end of it, it was just, yeah, well done, guys. You made a film about how tech bros are dickheads for like to be made to be watched by people who probably know that tech bros are dickheads. But it's just got the soupçon of circle jerking, look how clever I am, which is why I've never really like gotten on with Succession whenever I've tried to watch it.
Yeah, I'm just very much with Succession. I am very much when people go, oh, it's one of the best things you'll ever watch. I'm like, I don't think you know me very well.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just made for people. It's made for an audience who are probably going to like it, unless you just go, well, yeah, I already know this, mate. What else have you got for me? But there is funny shit in it. That's the thing. There are really, really good lines, and that's all there is to it. Like, honestly, by the end, it is a bit like, well, what the fuck was the point of that then?
Yeah.
It threatens to actually become interesting, but when it threatens to get dark, and then it doesn't pull back from it, but it kind of pulls back from it, and then it's just a bit like, nah. Yeah. But there's funny stuff, and it's only about 100 minutes before credits.
So I'm thinking very much lunch break watch.
Yeah, man, yeah. And, like, the thing is, it is kind of TV showy where you could probably just break it into 35-minute parts and be fine with it.
Yeah.
So, there we are. A couple other things. The live-action Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, do you want to see it?
Yeah. I have an
two
11-year-old
people.
daughter. Of course I saw it.
We're the two people that haven't seen it.
I was actually going to see it the other day, but...
Yeah, you went to see it yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah.
So, apparently this was originally made thinking they were going to put it on Disney Plus and then pivoted, and obviously it made more money than God.
If I'd have been anywhere near that meeting when they went, well, I want to stick it on Disney Plus, I'd be going, are you insane? It's going to make so much fucking money.
And so people apparently are very vexed about the changes to the plot
of course.
From the cartoon because let's be angry about Lilo and Stitch
because ruined childhoods, Ian.
Absolutely. Look, basically, it's perfectly charming. There's not nearly as much Stitch being a chaotic little twat as much as you want there to be. And it kind of feels like because they were making it for Disney Plus and they didn't actually have the initial budget for the CG or something. It's made for 5 to 10-year-olds. Like I asked lots after, like, do you think that was made for you? And she was just like, well, I liked it, but I think it was probably for kids who are younger than me. Yeah, but that's not bad, is it? I was like, no, it's not bad at all. Like things can be like, if you got something out of it, that's great. But it was just interesting, like this and Dogman earlier this year. Lots was like, maybe I'm actually aging out of this a bit, but it was fine. It was fine, and the kids in the audience seem to enjoy it. If you've got like a 5-year-old, holy fucking shit, they'd have the time of their lives. Snow White is out on Disney Plus next week, and I feel like I will watch Snow White. But I feel like that is a film that's made for no one. At least Lilo and Stitch is made for someone.
Yeah.
So there we are. And lastly, I rewatched Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, first time since the cinema. And this film is too long, and it has entire characters who don't need to be in it. I forgot about Temu Short Round with the fucking ratty mustache. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? Why is he even there? It's like because they just thought Phoebe Waller-Bridge needed a sidekick. Phoebe Waller-Bridge doesn't need a sidekick, but Phoebe Waller-Bridge needs to not be in this film. I love the fact that the studio were like, yeah, do you know what will get people in to see this film? Harrison Ford and Phoebe Waller-Bridge. That will speak to a young audience.
Yeah. Yes.
So instead they have to have fucking rat mustache kid. Antonio Banderas as well. He's great when he's in it. Why is he fucking in it? He's in it and then he gets killed 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
Cool. And also, alright, he's reunited with Marion in the end. I think, spoilers for Dial of Destiny, I think it would have been a great ending if he was like, fuck, no, I want to stay in history.
Yeah.
I want to explore that world with these people actually living.
The thing is,
that would have been a great ending.
I think I enjoyed Dial of Destiny more on my second watch than I enjoyed it on my first watch. But I still maintain, why did we have to make Indiana Jones a basic drunk failure at the start of the movie? There's nothing that points to that.
That's a good point.
In him. Why did he have to have that as the thing? There's nothing there. You didn't have to make him a tragic character. He could have just been still a fucking Oxford professor.
Yeah.
That just had obviously given up that lifestyle because he was now, in his 70s. They didn't need to make him a crotchety old man.
No. Yeah, but he is, though, in real life.
No, he's not. There's a little bit, I think, of myth around it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You keep hearing, he's a crotchety old man. No, he goes, when he was making Indiana Jones, he was cycling around, like, cafes, like, 20 miles from here, and chatting and having photos taken with people. And when people were asking him, can I put this on my Instagram? He was going, it's your photo, do what you want. And so Harrison Ford's cropping up on random people's Instagrams, and then he's liking the pictures. You know?
Yeah, I mean, there's an interesting thread there about the whole, like, you know, if I could have gone back, I would have told my son not to enlist. You know, which is, you know, and and that's then the whole, like, he's got to get back with Marion thing. But I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, is Indiana Jones going to be happier living out the rest of his days with Marion, or exploring like actual like history in real time? And you know, the romantic in you wants to say Marion,
but it hasn't worked a few times with Marion. What makes it different now?
Just I don't know. Have her. She's also died off screen. You know, very sad. But these things it happens. And Shia LaBeouf's died. And you know, he's had this adventure with his goddaughter and whatnot. And she leaves him there.
Yeah.
To live out his days with Archimedes.
Or have him have the dial and he can just bip around.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, exactly. You know. It kind of I do wonder if they were actually thinking this is definitely going to be the last one. If they thought that, whether this ending might have been different.
I think it would have been.
Yeah, but I mean, it's better than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Even though I like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull fine. I think it's definitely a more fitting final film than Crystal Skull. But there's stuff. It's not a banger. So there we are. My Switch 2 still hasn't shipped. Over to you guys.
Bex, what you've been watching?
Oh, okay. So I have only watched one film on my own.
Motherfucker.
To
be fair, I've only watched like 3.
So it's a movie called Gonjam Haunted Asylum.
Yep.
It's a found footage movie where like a online like this group of like guys that do online videos visiting various like weird places go to this haunted asylum where all the inmates committed suicide or were suspected to have committed suicide, but maybe they didn't actually commit suicide because the director of the asylum also disappeared at the same time, and maybe she murdered them and like hid. So there's been like sightings of ghosts and stuff like that throughout the years, and it's listed as one of CNN's weirdest places to visit. It's the CNN thing is weird. It's a weird connection, but yeah, and. Yeah, so they go thinking it's bollocks, like most sort of haunting sightings usually end up to be, and it's not bollocks. No, it's genuinely like I watch quite a lot of horror, and I think it's there's not many films really that like some of them are creepy and things like that, but like. I think when you're numbed to it by watching so much of it, it doesn't often happen that like they're genuinely scary. I almost had to turn this off.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow.
It really, really like there's like, and I think because the imagery, a lot of it's got like J horror, K horror kind of tropes in there of like. Long creepy black hair and like extreme close-ups and people chanting and like the blacked out eyes.
You can't say extreme close-up to someone who's seen Wayne's World as many times as me.
Whoa!
But yeah, so that kind of imagery is creepy anyway. But like legitimately, there was points where I was like, I don't think I can continue watching this late at night on my own. And, you know, horror hits different for everyone. I'm not saying it's going to scare everybody, but I fucking loved it.
I mean, I probably am not going to watch it because of that reason, because horror really gets me. It's why I like watching it, but it's also why I don't like watching it.
I think you'd be alright with this. It is a strong recommend for anyone that likes horror. And it's, because I think found footage can either be great or shit.
Yeah.
It's never normally just okay. But this is done through like, and like a big deal is made of the camera rigs as well. So like the ones that actually go in, there's like this whole bit about when they're setting up their GoPros and they've got like a two-way GoPro on a rig that's like attached in front of their chest, I guess. One that faces their face and one that faces out. So they've got a POV and a reaction shot. But there's like a whole section about like the camera rigs and stuff like that, and them setting up the cameras inside the asylum earlier on in the day because the ghosts don't come out until about midnight. So they go in and they set up like cameras and stuff. But then because they've done all that setup, it is like a true found footage kind of look. Whereas now with some of them, like they stick to it for a while and then there'll be something that it's like, well, who's fucking filming that? Come on. And it takes you out of it. But yeah, really, really strong recommend. Really, really liked it. Very good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all I've watched on my own.
We'll go to what we watched together, and then I'll do my... What's it? So what did we watch together? We watched The Thing, didn't we?
Oh, we did watch The Thing. I've not logged that.
Yeah. I mean, it's the fucking Thing. It's a banger.
We went out for a couple of pints, didn't we, and got a takeaway, and we were like, do you know what works with this setup?
Yeah.
The Thing.
Yeah. Do you know what I love about rewatching The Thing?
Go on.
The minute it starts and you get that soundtrack to just a black screen and it's just going through the cast, it's grabbed you. And you're like, oh, it's going to be fucking great, this.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I am in for a treat. Even though you've seen it like dozens of times, it's a weirdly like, it's a warm hug of a movie that shouldn't be.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's creepy, it's horrible, it's brilliant, it's a masterpiece.
It's so... Like, there's certain elements of it that do age it with, like, certain hairstyles, facial hairstyles, and
Disagree with you.
clothing and stuff like that. You know, you can kind of look at it and go, it feels of its time. But mostly it doesn't. It doesn't feel tired at all.
I love the fact that that Kurt Russell turned up and wanted to wear a cowboy hat, and George Carter was like, "We've got you a hat, Kurt." It's like, well, I thought we were coming this way. No, I've got you a hat. And then literally giving the big fucking sombrero with what is it? He's like, I'm not wearing this. And John Carpenter just did it for a laugh because he just thought it'd be funny to make cool Kurt Russell always look like a dope.
It's so good.
Yeah. Right. We also... This was the first watch for you, wasn't it, Bex? Watch Get Shorty. You've not watched this before, have you?
No, I don't think I have.
And I always think that Get Shorty is one of those movies that has no right to be as fun and as good as it is.
Yeah, it was definitely better than I anticipated. I just assume now, and you know, there's a certain element of bias there, but if a movie's got John Travolta in it and it's not Pulp Fiction, I just kind of go, oh well, it's going to be shit.
John Travolta had a weirdly banging 90s.
Yeah.
Like, he had a really strong 90s. He used that initial post Pulp Fiction thing really fucking well. And there's some solid watch. Don't get me wrong, there's some questionable things in there, like Battlestar, whatever it was, and
Battlestar Earth, wasn't it?
No,
Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth, yeah. There's some questionable bits as you get towards the noughties, and then he had that weird bit where he just played the same guy in like every film.
Yeah, and like, if I think about it, I know that. But my initial gut reaction whenever I see something that has got John Travolta in it, it's just a bit like, oh, it's going to be shit though, isn't it?
Yeah, but this has also got Gene Hackman and Ray Russo, Delroy Lindo and James Gandolfini and Dennis Farina just swearing his fucking head off.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? But yeah, really enjoyed it as a first watch.
And we also rewatched Interview with the Vampire, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
Funny one is Interview with the
It's
Vampire.
a fucking odd duck of a movie when you go back and rewatch it. It's really watchable. I think it's a really watchable movie. But it... No matter... I mean, we watched it and I'm fairly certain... I mean, it was... Obviously, it was in HD. I don't think it was in 4K. Or it might have been. But for some reason, it still feels like you're watching a rented VHS. Not visually, it doesn't look like that. I'm not saying the picture and quality and it's shit or anything like that. But like for some reason, Interview with the Vampire, no matter when I watch it or how I watch it, always feels like I've rented it.
Yeah.
And it was on fucking Netflix.
I think for me, what was weird, because I've not watched it in a long time, is I remember watching it, and Louis was very definitely the good guy, and Lestat was the bad guy. And I don't know whether it's because I'm old and jaded now, but I was really fucking rooting for Lestat, and I'd forgotten that he pops up in the car at the end, and I was just like, just really happy for him. What a wanker.
Louis is
But he's
kind
good.
of a little bit shitty to him.
Oh, he's really fucking wet as well, isn't he? Just fucking grow a spine and eat some people. Come on.
And there's a little bit of that is what Lestat's saying to him. And, you know, he could help Lestat later on, but he chooses to not.
Yeah. Just bring him a fucking virgin to eat and it'd be fine. You could go your separate ways.
Yeah. Should be alright.
Yeah, and what's her chops? What's her character name? Kirsten Dunst's character.
Claudia.
She's fucking annoying. They should just let her die.
She's a bit mad, though, isn't she?
Yeah.
I felt like she's a bit mad.
Yeah, but then she fucking she's all like, oh yeah, I want to do things the way Lestat does it. I'm going to be a bad guy vampire, and then she fucking turns on him and feeds him laudanum laced blood.
Yeah.
What a bitch.
Yeah. Stephen Ray turns up and he's like he's low key a banging villain.
Which one's he?
He's Santiago, the mad, what is it? The mad French vampire that kills them by locking them in a sunroom.
Yeah.
Which is just a great way to kill vampires.
Oh, can you imagine though, getting turned into a vampire, right? And it's like, oh yeah, you'll live forever. And then like...
Literally a second later.
Yeah. Like, if she'd just been left on her own, that she'd have just been sat there getting a nice tan.
Yeah. No.
Fucking shit for her.
Yeah, I enjoyed my rewatch of this, but then even like to the point of where, like, what was Louis trying to achieve by doing this interview?
Yeah. He just needed to get it off his chest.
Just needed to get it off his chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so I watched a few movies.
Go on.
On my solo.
Go on.
I rewatched Empire Records just because I rewatch it like every 18 months. Absolute nostalgia porn for me. Still really enjoy it, but I've spoken about it dozens of times. Rewatched Without Remorse, the Michael B. Jordan, Stefano Solna film, which was written by Taylor Sheridan. Which I think it was going to be released in cinemas, but then COVID happened and they just went, fuck it, we need stuff, put it on Prime. And I kind of forgot very early on how fucking bleak this movie is. And then when it starts to get really bleak, I was like, oh yeah, it's a Taylor Sheridan movie.
Of course
Of course it's going to have a really horrible, like, fucking death scene really early on. But you know what? It's good. It's a really good, like, action thriller that, you know, has some, like, fucking hell, all right, mate, bits in it, but also it's Michael B. Jordan, and he's just magnetic to watch. Like, no matter what he's in, he's just a fantastic screen presence, and he's not being showy or showing off or anything like this, like he does, for instance, in Black Panther, which a character's supposed to be showy in that, or Sinners, where again that's part of the bravado of it. It's not. He just is a naturally charismatic screen presence. It's a really good watch, and it is like hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang. But yeah, go back. If people haven't watched it, also as well, low key like fucking banging cast that have come out of this after it. You know, I mean everyone's favourites in there, but he dies quite early on. But Guy Pearce in there, Coleman Domingo's in there, and then Jimmy Bell, Jodie Turner-Smith. Good cast. Yeah, but really good action, well made, looks fucking great. Does not in any way look like it was made for streaming. Looks like it was made for cinema. Sound design is fucking great at points.
Yeah.
Yeah, just really, just watched it was like, yeah, that's a fucking solid action film. Like solid, like this type of action film. If this came out now, I was released in cinemas, I think it'd do like perfectly well, and people are going, yeah, that's great. And then people would do the thing that they do, of going, oh, they don't make these any movies anymore. It's like, they do. You just watched it. Stop saying that. And then, right, I watched a film from 1990, which should be from like 1987, called Bad Influence. It's Curtis Hanson. I believe it might be his... Yeah, it's the movie... He'd not made a lot of movies. He's not made a movie for a few years, and then he made this. And it's written by David Koepp. And it stars Rob Lowe and James Spader. Right? One of them is like a yuppie who is a bit spineless. And he's getting pushed around by like one of the other partners at like the firm that he works at, and he's a little bit of a doormat. And the other one of them is like this suave fucking, you know, I'm gonna fucking do whatever I want guy. So just a quick test: which one do you think plays which, Bex?
Go again. What are they?
James Spader and Rob Lowe.
And the characters are?
One's a yuppie kind of spineless, not really there, and the other guy's like a suave fucking guy. Just does what he wants.
Rob Lowe's probably the suave guy?
Yep.
No?
No, that is it.
Oh, okay.
That is it. The problem is, with this movie, is James Spader would be better at both of them.
Yeah.
Like, that is what should have happened. Because James Spader's playing it really well. But basically, this guy... James Spader's having a bad day, so goes to a bar, and then gets kind of, like, accidentally into a fight. And Rob Lowe's character saves him from this fight. Rob Lowe's character is also a bit of a con man, and ends up using, like, James Spader as a bit of a mark, but at the same time is a bad influence on him, and he's trying to help him to kind of, like, be a little bit more forceful in his life. But at the same time, he's just taking it way too far. Like, there's a bit in it where James Spader's like talking about and saying that he, like, that, you know, he's got this perfect life with his girlfriend and they're going to get married, but the only problem with it is that he doesn't want to get married. So, spoiler alert for a, like, 35-year-old movie. So, Rob Lowe takes him out, gets him shit-faced, and then basically gets him to hook up with this girl, films it, and then shows it to, like, the entire of, like, his girlfriend's family at this, like, family birthday thing. Like, just wheels out a fucking TV screen and just presses play and fucking walks off.
Wow.
Which is fucking great. But then, like, he convinces him that he's beat up, like, the guy who's trying to take his job by getting him fucking drunk and going on a crime spree with him where they just rob a load of liquor stores because he's coked off his face. And then convincing that he's beaten this guy up. He passed out in the car. But he thinks he has. And then there is an absolute fucking chef's kiss of a sequence where he robs him, steals all his stuff, after, like, James Spader's character basically says, look, I appreciate all you've done, but get the fuck out of my life, please. So he's like, alright, yeah, I'll go. And then he comes back to his apartment, and everything's empty. And he's like, well, do you know what? Fucking, at least I've got rid of him.
Yeah.
And then he goes, rings him and says, look, I'll return all your stuff, but you just have to do this one thing for me. So he does this one thing, not even that big a thing. But he doesn't return all the stuff, he just returns the video camera and the TV. And then fucking presses play on it. He gets in and he presses play on it. And the girl that he'd had the, like, affair with, the fling with, fucking Rob Lowe just murders her at his apartment, right?
Wow.
Oh, it gets better. Oh, this is the setup. This is the batter for the cake that he's about to make, that he's about to drop a cherry on. Right? So James Spade is kind of just like, well, what do I do? I can't ring the police because I did this crime spree earlier on. So he's like, we need to get rid of the body. So he gets his brother to help him get rid of the body, and they dump it in the tar pits. And then he thinks everything's alright, and like the murder weapon was a golf club. So James Spade's like, fucking right, you know, this guy's now at my life, and we've dumped the body and everything like that. And he's back at the office, and his assistant like closes the door, and the fucking golf club that he got rid of is just there. And then he's ringing his brother up and saying, he knows where it all is. And he's looking out the window, and his office looks over these tar pits. What would you have it? The fucking police are all around it. The fucking police are all around it. So he goes down to see what's happening, and they're fishing out this body that he's dumped there. Right? Fishing it out, lifting it out, looking around, all these people looking around, he's going, holy shit. Do you know what? Fucking Rob Lowe's there, across, so you can directly see him at the other side of where the tar pits are, right? Watching. Do you know what he's doing? He's literally eating popcorn.
Great.
He's literally eating popcorn and like throwing bits in his mouth and pointing at the woman that like they're lifting out and kind of making a face and going, oh, this isn't very good, is it? Oh no, as he's fucking eating popcorn, you're just like, fucking hell, this is great. This is brilliant. This film is terrible. I loved pretty much every second of it. Right? It's fucking great. It's wonderful. I had a wonderful time. It's on Prime. Anybody who likes James Spader, go watch it. And that pretty much should be everybody, because it's James Spader.
Yeah.
And he gets some great Spader moments in it. Yeah.
That's fun.
Great. But honestly, the him eating the fucking popcorn. And it's a big fucking thing that says popcorn down it as well.
Fast.
Fucking beautiful. Loved it.
That sounds good, though, actually.
Right. Fair Street Prom Queen. Before I forget that it's called Fair Street Prom Queen. What does IMDb say about it? Have you got IMDb open there, Becky?
I haven't. I've got Wikipedia.
What the fuck's wrong with you? So, it's written and directed by Matt Palmer and stars India Fowler, Susanna Song, Chris Klein's in there, Catherine Waterston's there. Becky didn't believe me, it was Catherine Waterston.
Yeah.
Ariana Greenblatt's in it. Didn't realise that was her. Of course.
Couple of minutes, isn't it?
Yeah. And there's other people in it. That girl from Until Dawn. She's in it as well, isn't she? And you want to?
Who was she?
She was the one.
Melissa.
Yeah, she gets killed. How does she get killed, Becky?
Spoiler
alert. All spoilers all the time, remember, guys. She gets killed in the bathroom, doesn't
She gets killed in the bathroom.
She's the one who's nice to the main one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
IMDb says...
She plays Grover.
She
Until
plays
Dawn.
fucking Grover in Until Dawn, doesn't she?
Which one's Grover?
Clover.
Super Grover.
The main one. Whose sister's gone. In Until Dawn.
Really? Like, just like the fourth lead girl in the Fear Street film was the lead in Until Dawn?
Yeah.
Man, Hollywood's weird.
Yeah, it really is. When the It Girls, when the It Girls competing for Prom Queen at Shady Side High start to disappear, a gutsy outsider discovers she's in for one hell of a prom night. Not really what happens, but fucking let's go. Ian, what did you make of Prom Night?
I don't know where my bottle opener's gone. Prom Night. Fear Street Prom Night, there it is. I liked this, and I I think I'm regressive because you go on Letterboxd and apparently it's too straight.
Yeah.
And which I kind of get. I do. Yeah, it is a little bit. If you're going to have that one girl be as into the other girl as she obviously is, and then do nothing to pay it off, you're kind of asking for trouble.
Right, so just to pop up what Ian's saying there about the letterbox thing, I'm on the letterbox right now of Prom Queen. And the first review that comes up, I promise you, says no lesbians. And gives it 2.5 stars. The third one down says no lesbians in Fair Street. What next? No vampires in Twilight.
What?
Yep.
I mean, I've got no issues with the lesbians being in the Fair Street movies, but it doesn't have to have lesbians. Like, shoehorning them in is where people start getting, like, oh, yeah, they're just there for the sake of it. Like, if it's not in the story, why would it be there?
The thing is, I get that they are coding the best friend character as being into the lead character.
Yes, very much so.
They really, really are, and then they do nothing with it. But, God, I feel like I react to Letterboxd basically in every review, and maybe I need to get off Letterboxd, which feels...
I don't think you need to get off Letterboxd, just do what I do and don't read reviews on it.
Yeah, no, you're right. The reaction to this film has been like, what's the average on Letterboxd at the moment? It's like 2 or 1.9 or something.
1.7.
Yeah, there you go. Right. If you like horror films and you watch Fear Street Prom Queen and give it a 1.7,
then you haven't watched a horror film that was made before 2004.
It's a bit, kinda, yeah. To be honest, I'd probably go later than that. Older than the Babadook.
Yeah.
That film is such a turning point for, okay, now horror is serious, or
trauma.
It can be meta, but
it can't be fun.
Also, but
you fucking have fun.
And
there's plenty of fun horror movies that have come out.
There is, but these people don't like them.
And yet, Final Destination Bloodlines is like the best reviewed one. But then I am convinced if you release a Final Destination every 10 years, those films will just make money hand over fist because people are amped for them. You do them every 2 years, not so much.
Yeah.
Back to this though, like it was a little pandery with how 80s it was, but at the same time, I'll be honest, we're starting to get to the point where the nostalgia for horror filmmakers is not the 80s. It's becoming not the 90s as well. So I'll take the pandery 80s stuff when it's as fun as this any day of the week.
Yeah.
I had a good time with it. It is pacey. There are some really, really good kills. The one decapitation, that person who just like screams at the killer in the ballroom and then just gets their head whipped off, and it's just a clean foot, and the head goes flying. That ruled. And I thought the cast actually overall were really good. I thought the lead did a good job of. She was like falling into she's just the same as everyone else. She's just actually a bit of a dick, and then snaps out of it when that boyfriend gets surprise killed. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Thought he'd stick around for a bit longer. And it was knowing, it was playful, it was a laugh, and by the end you got Catherine Waterston in a full, spoiler alert, in a full 80s get up, with a knife in a pose like it could be a still from Fangoria. I had a good time with this, and I swear to fucking God, people need to watch the film that's in front of them. But at the same time, you maybe just don't have as many that girl looking at the other girl furtively as much as this film does. There is a point there, but not to the point where you're then just going to review bomb it. There you go.
Bex, what do you think?
I think a lot of the negativity is coming from the fact that it's not as good as the previous Fear Street movies, or it's not the same as the previous Fear Street movies. It's not good. It's not good in the same way. It's a bit more silly, and I think it kind of goes a bit more down the comedy horror path a little, but not fully. Like, it's not stupid. It's just a slasher movie based on a YA book. Like, the issue with the previous three is that they were better than they should have been. Really,
They were better than people expected. Yeah.
And then if you're expecting the same thing, it's not. It's gonna be like an anthology kind of situation with these. If they are adapting a number of the Fear Street books, they're not all about the same thing. There's no continuation. It's like it's going to be anthology-esque, especially if you're getting different directors to do it. Just fucking enjoy it. Enjoy them for what they are. Like Ian says, watch the movie in front of you. They're not. Stop having these expectations for them to be.
Or having a list of things that something has to do for it to be counted as good. It's a little bit like the whole Star Wars fans never like a Star Wars movie because it's not the movie in their head.
Yeah. I thought Catherine Waterston was actually quite good in this, quite fun in this. She's very much giving Carla Gugino and Lisa Frankenstein though, as a character.
Oh, she's leaning into it. She's having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, and I like that because she often doesn't look like she's having fun.
I don't know with Catherine Waterston. I think she should be more.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the fact that Chris Klein fucking turns up.
It took me far too long to realise that was Chris Klein.
It did take you ages. You literally turned around to me and went, "Holy shit, is that Chris Klein?" I was like, dude, seriously?
Yeah. He's kind of channeling a bit of what's his chops out of The Frighteners though. You know the weird sciencey guy, the weird agent guy in The Frighteners.
Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah, he's kind of
He's got a bit of Combs.
Yeah. So yeah, and I think because he doesn't do a lot, does he? Because he's not terribly good. So like for him to go from being in my head like American Pie guy.
I mean,
to old guy.
He's been...
Yeah.
This is his first film in 6 years, but he has been in... He's one of those people who, you wouldn't think it, but he's been in a TV series that's been going for like 5 years called Sweet Magnolias.
Of course he has. What?
Yeah. He's part of like the main cast in that, seasons 1 to 3. So he's been working. I mean, that also stars Jamie Lynn Spears.
Oh, wow.
It's a TV show that none of us have heard of, but has ran for... It's a romantic drama, because of course it is, and it's ran for like 4 seasons. So yeah, and before that, he was in The Flash TV series.
Oh, God, that
Was
sounds...
he?
Yeah.
Wow.
That sounds awful. 3 South Carolina women, best friends since high school, shepherd one another through the complexities of romance, career, and family.
But the thing about it is, I'm just glad he's all right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And he's going to be back for the new... I think he's back for the new American Pie movie they're doing.
There's another American
Another
Pie.
one?
Apparently, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's
wow.
American Funeral.
yeah, that's it. That's what it's going to be.
Shut up.
No, it's going to be Stifler. Apparently, it's in early, what is it? But it's got funding and it's probably going to happen. But the rumour is the script is that Stifler, since the last one, he basically becomes a party planner, doesn't he? Becky's looking at me like, she's fucking
he
seen
does,
it.
yeah.
And so he decides that he's going to throw a proper raging wake for his mother because she's died.
Oh, what?
and that's how he's dealing with it. He's going to throw this amazing party.
Right.
Because that's the only way he knows how to cope with these things.
Fine.
And so they said it's going to be fun, but a little bit more somber than the other ones.
Okay.
Yeah. I really enjoyed Prom Queen. It's fun,
Yeah.
it's silly, it is absolutely, it knows what it's doing. Me and Ian actually on text had a bit of a conversation about it, and we were saying that it knowingly makes some of the guy cast look like they're in their 30s.
Yeah.
And it's doing that on purpose.
That one guy who tries to bang his girlfriend in the fucking janitor's cupboard, like, area or whatever, like, literally looks like he could actually be 35.
Yeah, but I do like, there's a great line in that where she's like, I'm not having sex with you down here. Again. It's just, it's such
good.
a, well played.
The thing is, there's a lot it's doing on purpose. People saying, oh, it's a bit crap, it's a bit cheesy, isn't it? Yeah, it's doing that on purpose. Like, it's not accidentally cheesy.
There's a thing there with a lot of these, like, I've seen people saying that, and I'm like, I'm sorry, right, I know you've heard of and you've seen the poster of Friday the 13th, but have you watched the film? You know, it's harking back to a time when slashers were just, there was 3 or 4 of them every October, and most of them were a bit crap, but they were 90 minutes, and you usually got to see some good fun kills.
I genuinely thought you were going to say tits there, and then you did. Yeah,
I was going to say it, but that's it. It's, you know, that's what you needed.
No tits in this one.
There was, but I'm all right with that. I'm all right if that is the slight growth that we've had. Is, well, you don't need to see.
Look, you'll see a girl in her underwear after her dress gets ruined, but you're not going to see her nips, guys.
Yeah.
It's based on a YA book. Calm down.
I'm kind of all right with that.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, as a 42-year-old man going, I can't wait to see a fucking prom queen's titties, feels a little bit wrong.
Well, it is very wrong.
Yeah, so I'm kind of all right with that.
You'd go on a list.
Yeah, I don't want to be on that list. Yeah, feels like I don't need to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely not shit. I think it's great.
Yeah, definitely not shit.
I like it if every couple of years we get a new Fear Street movie and they give it to a different, like, emerging horror director.
I think that is the plan.
And they just end up pissing people off, but Netflix go, we don't give a shit. We found this money literally in the fucking to-dum fucking sofa after the thing.
To-dum.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that is the plan. And now all they need to do is make good on their Pope's Exorcist plan to have all these other fucking things.
Yeah.
And then we'll be golden, won't
We're
we?
all going to be
all
right.
right.
Unfortunately, I just think we didn't get any questions this week, which upsets me slightly. Do better next time, people.
Okay, so I'm going to ask Ian the question that we discussed when we were watching Interview with the Vampire then.
What?
Ian.
Yo.
Recast Louis and Lestat.
Nick Frost and Simon Pegg.
Oh, God.
I missed that.
Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. Oh, dear. Fair. Who did we come up with?
That's my answer. Bye!
I think we said, like, realistically, if they did it now, it'd probably be, like, Timothy Chalamet and Austin Butler, didn't we? I'd watch that, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, I would, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it'll probably be female vampires now. So it'll probably be Sydney Sweeney and Daisy Edgar-Jones.
I'd watch the fuck out of that.
Probably
Sorry.
wouldn't
That was some dirty old man shit, wasn't it?
Really
Deary
was,
me.
Yeah.
But it probably would be.
Which one's Daisy Edgar-Jones? Oh, her.
Yeah. But it probably would be.
The Crawdads girl.
Yeah.
Sure.
She was also in Twisters, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was distracted by Glenn Powell.
We were all distracted by that. Fuck!
Oh, we watched...
Everyone.
Yeah, we watched
We forgot a film we watched. And Ian, I know.
Go on.
We fucking rewatched Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah,
How
we
did
did.
we miss
I
that?
don't know. That was our
hell
anniversary
yeah.
like movie that we watched.
It was.
What can we watch that's a banger? like a god tier movie, but also really fun.
Yeah, so we watched fucking Top Gun. We didn't watch that. Fuck no. We watched Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, we did.
It's actually the first time I watched it since the cinema, I think.
Yeah, same. Yeah, because you placed a bit of a moratorium on it until you could get it on fucking disc, didn't you?
And then we
gave in.
We did buy it on iTunes to watch
we did.
It, its 4K glory. It's fucking great.
Yeah, it's better than I remember, actually.
It's so entertaining. It's so much fun. It's made me go, if F1 is this, but with cars, I'm like, I'm alright with that. Bring it on.
I mean, I don't think there'll be F1 in nuclear storage.
I do like the fact that Kaczynski has commented on the fact that why he would never have cast Tom Cruise in F1.
Oh, why?
Because somebody asked him about it. And said, it seems like a sort of Tom Cruise role. And he basically said, the problem is, Brad Pitt knows his limits. And so knows what he can and can't do. Tom doesn't. Tom has driven F1 cars before and has done training and has, and the coordinate guy that we use for this said, he can drive an F1 car. The problem is he can't drive like an F1 driver, but he'd want to try. Whereas Brad's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. Whereas Tom would be, well, let's fucking see what we can do. He said, so it would have been a disaster. No, I can't cope with that anymore.
I mean, he's flying fighter jets in Top Gun.
Yeah, I know, but I liked the fact that they very much answered it.
Yeah.
But then Tom Cruise has come in and gone, oh yeah, that's right. Brad Pitt is a better casting than me in that movie.
I would have ended up dead. But it is weird though, because it's not that long ago, and Tom Cruise looks completely different.
But it is 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, but not.
Probably
I feel like you don't change that much once you're a grown up, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking mint. It is fucking mint. And Miles Teller's mint in it. Glenn Powell's mint in it. That girl's there. Jennifer Connelly.
Oscar nominee Monica Barbaro. Thank you very much.
Sure.
I always forget it's her.
Jennifer Connelly. It's always nice to see her in things.
It's always nice to see her.
Yeah.
Out of things.
Fair.
What about her and Tom Cruise just manically laughing?
The thing is, if we get another one of these in 4 or 5 years' time, I'm kind of up for that as well.
Oh god, yeah, 100%.
It's just really fucking entertaining.
Yeah.
And it's really tense at points.
I'd watch numerous sequels of these where he's an instructor and he just gradually he has to train them for this thing that's an impossible thing, and then eventually the only way to do it is that he does it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise in a leather jacket, jeans and a white t-shirt with a bit of Silver Fox going on, I'd be alright with that.
I think we all would.
Yeah.
Talking about it is a banger. Yeah.
It is. And I think as well, he seems to have over time, I think he used to have a bit of an arrogant seeming chip on his shoulder at one point. And he seems to have just lost that. And he's quite charming and stuff now. I know he's a bit Marmite, is Tom Cruise. A lot of people hate him. But I do feel like he's softened a bit and he's able to make fun of himself a little bit now. And it definitely works in his favour.
I saw a really nice video of him the other day. Last bit, and we'll go to what we're covering next week. And it's a thing of him at the premiere for Final Reckoning, where he's signing a load of autographs and somebody gives him a what is it? And he basically says to this girl who's giving him the autograph to sign, and he says to her, are you alright? And she's like, I'm just getting pushed a little bit. And he goes, right, everybody, move back. And so everybody just moves back, and she just kind of goes, thank you, but she's videoing it at the same time. And it's just it just seems like he might be quite a nice guy.
I asked you this the other day, actually. Have you guys seen the clip of him pelicaning popcorn at the...
Yeah.
Have you seen it now?
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Ian, yeah?
Yeah. Wow.
I just love that he just eats it by throwing a handful at his face. Violently.
Yep. Yep.
It just there's no way that's like how he actually
I hope it
does
is.
it.
I think it was probably just excited, nervous energy, and he does like famously really like popcorn. So I think he was just like, "This is fucking great. I'm going to answer some questions."
Num 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 num.
Yeah.
It's the most of clips. It is like if you said that noise into an AI and said, "Make me a visual representation of this," it would be that clip.
Yeah, definitely.
Ian, what are we covering next week?
From the world of John Wick, Ballerina. Maybe the most how the fuck is this gonna go film of the summer blockbuster season.
Yep. I'm fascinated to find out how it fits in between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
When John Wick is there and he's supposed to be recovering from being shot.
Can I go see Clown in a Cornfield instead?
No.
Oh.
But also, Anna de Armas kicking ass. You know, she did it for that little bit in Bond. And yeah, it was rather lovely.
If I can make it to Clown in a Cornfield, I will watch that as well. I just don't know whether, you know.
You bothered for it?
What kind of cornfield?
Yeah.
But which one that is?
It's about Clown in a Cornfield.
I guess that.
Yeah. It's,
I don't need to anymore.
It's the Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, is it that? Oh,
Evil.
yeah, that. All right,
Yeah.
I might try and get
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
We could all just do that instead.
No, let's do Ballerina.
Oh, fuck's
I actually
sake.
want to do Ballerina.
No,
I like her in the world of John Wick.
Yeah, but
Yeah, so do I. So I'm seeing Ballerina.
Yeah.
it's 20.
Hey, look, at least you didn't have to see Karate Kid Legends this weekend.
I actually kind of wanted to see that, to be fair.
Oh, for fuck's sake, you contrary.
I am contrary, yeah.
Right, so that was episode 586. We will be returning next week with Ballerina.
Sure.
Thank you very much, Rebecca.
Thank you very much, Mark.
And thank you very much, Ian.
Still hasn't dispatched, guys.
Oh, no.
I'm getting a little bit nervous for you now. 8 o'clock, man.
Like, what the fuck?
Fucking Nintendo.
Fucking Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's not like it's Argos or anything, it's bloody Nintendo.
Do you know what? I think Argus has dispatched
Yeah,
it.
they would, yeah.
Yeah, fucking Jord ordered it from Very, and they've dispatched it.
Yep.
They're quite efficient, to be fair.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. I mean, we got a whole ass elliptical trainer from them, and that was fine. And returned it with no issues.
Yeah.
Solid.
Also,
Don't say it on.
I think it's long enough now.
No, I don't think it is.
I think it is.
You can't tell them.
So we returned it, and we bought
They'd
another
not
one.
give you the money back.
No, we bought another one because we returned it because it was faulty, wasn't it? And they sent us another one there, but they refunded it twice.
Oh, mate, I got a fucking free MacBook Pro from Amazon.
Yeah, you did.
So-
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Right. Thank you very much, listeners. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.